Hey guys, this is Geoff Ulrich with linemovement.com bringing you the Sentry Tournament of Champions betting preview, the first event on the PGA Tour for 2021. In this video, we'll go over the course, talk about the preview and what to expect in terms of conditions this week. We'll talk about the field, the betting favorites, who's here, who's not here as well, and then we'll get into the betting picks. That's the reason why everyone's here. Guys I like maybe should be targeting this week, and we can talk about how we're going to create our card and stuff like that. Let's get right into it. Let's start with the course. They're going to be out in Maui this week, the first of two stops in Hawaii for the PGA Tour. They're going to be playing the Plantation Course in Maui. This is a big undulating course. It's over 7,500 yards, and it's unique. It plays as a par 73. Now, it features four par 5s, just like a regular par 72 would, but it only has 3 par 3s in play. So that makes it a bit of a unique stop right off the bat. But like I said, this has some of the biggest fairways and biggest greens as well on tour. It's a big piece of land that the players will be going over this week, and it is kind of interesting from just a player perspective as well. It's in the humidity. It's a big long course with a lot of hills. It's lent itself more to the younger players this stop over the last 4 or 5 years. We've seen a lot of 20-year-olds win here, Dustin Johnson being the lone exception over the last 5 years, but Dustin Johnson's in pretty good shape too. So just a little factoid to throw out there. You know, you might want to be targeting the really in-shape golfers on the hilly course this week. But as far as setup goes, it's got Bermuda greens, not overly fast in a humid environment. You wouldn't expect them to be really. It does have some longer par 4s in play this week as well, but generally these big wide open fairways definitely seem to have favored the bigger hitters over time. Xander Schauffele, Thomas, Dustin Johnson. These guys have really dominated with strong off the tee play lately. You still need to hit your approaches good and putt really well, but these guys with their, obviously big drives have come to kind of find a bit of an advantage, it feels like, over the last few years. Last note on the course, there was some renovations done here before the 2020 event. It does seem to have made the course play a little bit tougher. The winning score only got to 14 under par last year. We saw a 3-man playoff, so something to take note of. This course might play even more into the tee to green specialists, the big hitters, over time if it's going to play a little bit tougher. It used to be a bit more of a birdie fest, a bit more of a putting contest, but with the changes, I think this course is going to play tougher, and quite frankly, I think it's good for competition purposes. So take that knowledge now, and we'll start talking about the players a little bit. As far as the top players go, only 2 players decided to skip this event, Rory McIlroy and Tyrrell Hatton. Both guys just taking the week off, didn't want to come to Hawaii for whatever reasons. Jim Herman was a withdrawal with COVID, but he wasn't really going to factor in anyway, so we don't need to talk about him too much. As far as the top players who are here, DJ is leading the betting odds right now. He's at plus 600, as you can expect. The guy's only finished worse than second place once over his last 7 starts, which is an incredible little run he's on. Obviously, just won the Masters in November, too, his second major. Justin Thomas is second in the betting odds here. He's plus 700. He's coming off a nice fall, too. And then you got Jon Rahm at plus 750. You got Bryson at plus 900, who's playing here. You'd expect Bryson with that big driver might be able to find some success here over time as well. Hasn't had too much success here yet, but this could be his year. Then you got Xander Schauffele coming in 5th in the betting odds at plus 1,000. Schauffele's won here before. He had a 4-foot birdie putt on the 72nd hole last year to actually win this event 2 years in a row, but he missed it and then lost in the playoffs, but he's got a great record at this venue. And look, Xander's odds have been getting shorter and shorter, it seems, all year. He's played really well. He just hasn't booked a win, so we'll see if he finally breaks through here, but he is 5th in the betting odds. He's very short now at plus 1,000 for Xander Schauffele. So those are the guys who are top in the odds market. Now let's get to the bets I like for this week and the guys I think you should be targeting. As far as betting cards go, I'm not necessarily want to target 5 or 6 guys. We have a limited field event. It's only 42 players in the field, so probably only going to be targeting 2 or 3 guys in the outright market this week. Don't want to spend too many bucks on such a small field. We also have shorter odds here than normal since we don't have a full field event. So the guy I really like at the top, I do want to target someone at the top. We've seen guys like Dustin Johnson, Justin Thomas, more elite players take down this event. The guy at the top I want to target is Patrick Cantlay at plus 1,800. I think Cantlay's odds are very fair here. You've got a guy like Schauffele at plus 1,800 coming in. Patrick Cantlay and Xander Schauffele are pretty comparable players in my mind. They both got a few PGA wins. Cantlay's actually won more previously. He won in the fall at the Zozo Championship, and I think these are good odds for Cantlay. He was T4 here last year, again, over 6 strokes on approach, his first time playing in the event. So he's got some course history to back up as well. And if you look at the winners of the Tournament of Champions over the last few years, they've all come in here with some momentum. They booked some fall wins. Dustin Johnson, when he won, he had won in the FedEx Cup playoffs. Justin Thomas, the year he won, he had won in the fall series. Both times he won, was coming off wins in the fall series. So Patrick Cantlay doing the same thing, coming off a big win for him in the fall series. And now we get him at pretty decent odds here, in my opinion. I like this player. He's really improved his all-around game. And I think he can take a step higher than T4 here. I think he can challenge for the outright win. So at plus 1,800, I like that. That's where I'm going to start this week. And for my next bet, I'm going to go a little bit deeper. I'm going to go more of an each-way bet, a top 5 and an outright odds bet on Sung J M at plus 4,000. I think these are really good odds for Sung J M. It is his first time playing the Tournament of Champions, which is perhaps why we're getting bigger odds here. But these are similar odds to what we were getting when he was playing the Honda Classic way back in March. And, we saw Sung Jae in the fall. He finished T2. He finished second, at the Masters in his debut, which is just a fantastic result. This is just a really, really solid young player. Seems to be improving every month. Really strong off the tee lately as well. He's played well at windy venues too. Obviously a win coming at PGA National, one of the windiest venues on tour. He's played the Sony Open a couple times as well, which is also in Hawaii, so he's got experience there. A couple top 20s there, actually. And again, you make the comparison between Augusta and the Plantation Course. I think it's a good comparison, and I think Sungjae can find some success here as well. And the main thing, I just think these odds are too big. I don't think you'll see Sungjae at plus 4,000 much for over the rest of his career. So, you got guys like Harris English, Daniel Berger this week at plus 3,000. I think these odds on Sungjae are a little too long. I like him for an each way. Last guy on my main card is going to be Cameron Champ at plus 6,600. This is just playing the big hitter narrative. We got open fairways in play here. I really do feel like over time with the changes to the course, it's going to favor more of these big bombers. And look, Champ is a guy who's starting to challenge at big events too. We saw him put up a T10 at the PGA, a T19 at his debut in Augusta, another obviously big course with big fairways. I think Champ can come in here and put up some birdies as well. Just like I kind of like Bryson at the top this week. I do definitely like Champ, and I definitely like the odds you're getting on Champ for an each way. So outright in a top 5 for Champ for me as well there. Couple of other small bets here just to end things off. I kind of like Adam Scott this week for a top 10 at plus 300. I just feel like those are too big odds for Adam Scott. He ended his season pretty well. He's had some success in Hawaii as well. And realistically, this is another player who's, when you get wide fairways with Adam Scott, he's not the most accurate driver off the tee, but he can still get it out there. I feel like this setup's going to do him well. So plus 300 for a top 10 for Adam Scott. And then also for a matchup bet, a tournament matchup bet, give me Sungjae Im over Scottie Scheffler. I just laid out why I like Sungjae Im, but look, he outplayed Scheffler in the fall. He's got some more experience over Scheffler playing in Hawaii at the Sony Open. I feel like Sungjae should probably be favored in this match, but right now you can kind of get him at even odds or even as the underdog. So give me Sungjae Im over Scottie Scheffler for a tournament matchup bet. That's pretty much it for this week, guys, though. Make sure you smash that like button on the way out, and then subscribe to the Lineup Movement YouTube channel as well. It will really help us out. After I'm done talking, you click on the next betting video, comes up on your screen, give you some good advice. Appreciate that, and we'll talk to you again soon.